The lights were off. They lay on the floor, no beds, no throne, just the hum of the world outside. His hand rested near hers, but she wasn't thinking of him. She was thinking of silence, of how peaceful it felt to not be watched, to not be judged, to just breathe, as a woman, not a name. She got up slowly, walked to the window. London slept beneath her, but inside, her soul was wide awake. They said she chased love like a teenager. They never understood. She wasn't chasing love, she was escaping everything else. They called it a royal breakup. But for her, it was the day she lost her voice and found her truth. After Diana's famous interview, the one that shook the crown, she was no longer the wife of a future king. She became something far more dangerous, a woman who dared to speak. And they punished her, not with swords, but with silence, rumors, and cameras. Everywhere she went, headlines followed. Troubled princess, attention seeker, too emotional. But what they never understood was that Diana wasn't hungry for attention, she was starving for affection. And then, she met him. Dr. Hasnat Khan, a heart surgeon, a man of logic, quiet, and purpose. He didn't bow, he didn't chase, and that's why she fell hard. For the first time, she wasn't a symbol, she was just Diana, and he saw her. But in the 2013 film, their first kiss is scripted like a teenage fantasy. She locks herself in a room, kisses him out of nowhere, whispers childish lines. Was this the Diana the world knew? Or was this Hollywood reducing a once silenced woman to nothing more than her desire? The movie shows bedroom after bedroom, as if she wanted nothing but skin. But that's the tragedy. They took one of the most iconic, emotional women in history and wrote her like a girl, chasing passion, not a mother searching for peace. And then, the most powerful scene, she escapes the palace, wearing a hoodie, sneaking over the wall like a fugitive in her own life. She walks the city like a stranger and sits on a bench, alone. No one notices, no one stares. For a few minutes, she is not Diana. Not the people's princess, not a target, just a woman. And in that moment, we don't see weakness. We see the purest version of her soul, a beautiful woman hiding one of the loneliest hearts in the world. She didn't want titles, she didn't want fairy tales, she just wanted one thing, love. Not lust, not scandal, just love that didn't hurt, care that didn't come with cameras, and peace that didn't require permission. But the film? It makes it seem like Diana was obsessed with sex, with jealousy, with possession, when in truth, she was just trying to belong to someone who didn't belong to the world. After the divorce, they didn't stop chasing her. They followed her through hospitals, ambushed her on every beach.
One name, one story, one legacy that shaped the world. Welcome to Timeless Voices, where legendary lives come to life.
The film openly depicts Princess Diana's physical intimacy with Dr. Hasnat Khan, from bedroom scenes to sensual conversations. Many felt these scenes were unnecessary, tasteless, and exploitative, accusing the filmmakers of trying to sensationalize Diana's life. Some called it tabloid cinema, reducing one of the most complex women in history to a love-struck character defined by a man. Even Dr. Hasnat Khan himself condemned the film, calling it completely based on conjecture and gossip. The movie tries to shot Diana in domestic scenes, cooking, watching TV, sneaking out in disguise, attempting to live like a regular woman. While the intention was to show her humanity, many said it felt forced and artificial. Some reviews noted that these scenes seemed too polished, awkwardly staged, or emotionally shallow. The film failed to capture her essence, her humanitarian passion, her charisma, her inner strength. By focusing too much on her love life, especially the sex scenes and emotional dependency, the movie missed the bigger picture of her legacy. Many critics believed it reduced her from a global icon to a weepy woman chasing love. The Guardian called it a romantic fantasy that feels invasive. The Telegraph wrote, "It's a film about Diana's underwear, not her soul. Diana deserved more." Mocked her grief in newspapers. They called her dramatic, too open, too unstable, but none of them saw the nights she cried into her own pillow. After waving to the crowd with perfect posture, the film skips over her pain as a mother, how she cherished every minute with William and Harry. She would fly across oceans just to see them smile for an hour, and when she met them again after a long trip, her heart was full. Ani slyline, but what did the film show next? A sudden cut to a sex scene. No emotional build, no silence, no dignity, just more scenes between bedsheets. That was the greatest injustice, because Diana's story was never about who she slept with. It was about who she fought for, who she held, and who she tried to become after losing everything. Include Forda, about the weight of the way to say in the song, Daya. This is one of the most controversial and widely debated conspiracy theories surrounding Princess Diana's tragic death. The idea that her bodyguards, under orders from the royal family or British establishment, may have been involved in her death. In 1995 and 1996, Diana wrote a note to her butler, Paul Burrell, saying, "This particular phase in my life is the most dangerous. My husband is planning an accident in my car, brake failure, and serious head injury." Both she feared Prince Charles or others were planning to remove her. In 1995 and 1996, Diana wrote a note to her butler Paul Burrell saying, "Diana always wore a seatbelt according to staff. The night of the crash, she wasn't wearing one. Some claim this was suspicious or staged."
Pessigard survived. Trevor Rees-Jones, the only survivor of the crash, was Diana's bodyguard. He suffered a serious head injury and lost memory of the event. Some theorists claim his survival was planned or that he was part of the cover-up. He's called agree.
Driver Henry Paul's role. He was head of security at the Ritz, not Diana's regular royal driver. He was allegedly drinking and speeding, but many say he was also linked to French or British intelligence. Blood toxicology has been challenged in alternative investigations. A detailed 800-page investigation by the Metropolitan Police rejected all conspiracy claims, found no evidence that MI6, the royals, or the bodyguard were involved. Mediation was fears were real and documented. The speed of the crash, lack of CCTV footage, and unusual delays in treatment raise questions. The public never fully trusted the official explanation, especially those who loved. She told her friends, they will stage a crash. She warned her butler, she feared her own guards, and when it finally happened, only the bodyguard survived. Was it destiny or design? She wasn't some desperate girl chasing phone calls. She was a woman who had sat with the dying, who held hands with children the world forgot, a mother, a global icon, the most loved woman on earth. And still, she waited for him, listened to his silence, held back her tears, tried to shrink herself to fit into his hidden life. He enjoyed the quiet moments, the touch, the secrecy. But when the world came knocking, he vanished. And when she cried, he shouted. She gave him the softest part of her soul, and he treated it like a scandal, as if loving her was something shameful. Diana secretly contacts a photographer, tipping him off before she goes to the beach with Dodi Fayed. The film suggests she wanted to make Dr. Hasnat jealous by being seen with someone else. Hence, she manipulated the media to get her photo taken in a swimsuit. Several royal biographers and insiders believe Diana did occasionally tip off the press, especially when she wanted to control the narrative. Her former butler, Paul Burrell, and even royal correspondents have confirmed that Diana had specific photographers she trusted, and she sometimes orchestrated her public appearances. The iconic landmine walk in Angola was not just a humanitarian visit. Diana ensured the cameras were there to highlight the issue, as if being Diana made her unworthy of being loved like a woman. But she wasn't just a woman, she was Diana. And what he threw away was something the whole world would remember forever.